I've been called many things, but I am known as Dr. SEBI, your brother. I have been called at some point Dr. SEBI, the forever changing traveler. This was done by you sisters. But in my life, it began with Mama Hay. That's my nickname, acquired from my grandmother that I was always with. My grandfather was a Haitian. My grandmother from Belize. But these two hooked up nice because all they talk about was Africa. Africa, Africa, Africa. I grew up listening to Africa, about Africa. And I learned to like Africa. And I remember my first time to Africa was in 1956. I was happy to go to Johannesburg, to South Africa, not Johannesburg, but to Cape Town. I was happy because Africa is the geography of our genesis. But over the years, all I could hear about Africa from the people in New Orleans and round and about these Africans. Now that 52 or 60 years have gone by, I no longer hear this African. I hear this African descendant. I don't know who is an African descendant. I am an African or not? What is it? I am an African. My DNA is not an African descendant. It's African. But because philosophy seemed to have risen to a height that eclipsed all that which is natural, Africa representing the natural doesn't look too encouraging. It doesn't look palatable, doesn't taste right. Because when I see it, these brothers are jumping around without no clothes on. Yep, they're running around without any clothes. But if you carelessly misinterpret that, you will find yourself at a deficit. You see the body breathe through the skin, not only the nostrils. When you take your clothes off, you immediately relax. It doesn't cost any money. But I am subjected to the philosophy of the existing times. I was told that I was a sinner and a savage, and that I dance in fire. All this was said about me. And I am listening to all of this all through my life. And do you know that I have never heard anyone in the field of anthropology, archaeology, paleontology, that really describes the African the way he should be described, but a Mexican is going to talk about Africa the way that I have never heard. So I grew up with this Africanness in me, not able to put it in any perspective because everybody is anti-Africa. It was about Herodotus and Pliny. It was about philosophy. And Africa didn't have a philosophy. What you mean? They cannot compete. Compete in what? And why they needed a philosophy. So I grew up hoping that one day I would be able to see beyond the negative. And boy, did that day come. That day came. It came in the form of a dream. And I began to pay attention. Remember when they said to us, honor thy mother and thy father? Well, where did our mother and father came from? The jungles of Africa. But what did they say about the jungles? It's nasty. It's dangerous. But in reality, it is clean. It is alkali. It is electrical. So yes, I have turned my eyes on Africa and I have learned a lot and still learning. Today, Dr. SEBI was invited with some of the presidents and secretary to the president of Guinea to come and heal him and others. Why should I go to Africa to heal someone that represent the genesis of our beginning? Oh, it's easy to understand that. It isn't that the African is handicapped or that he doesn't have the science or the way to get from A to B. He never had to do it. You see, Africa was never sick. Africa became sick in the last 500 years. Prior to 500 years, Africa didn't have any vaccine. Africa didn't have any Ebola. Africa didn't have any AIDS, and Africa didn't have any protein. Today, my home is sick. Africa is sick. Is it my duty to stand by, sit by, and see that a lot of things is being offered to the continent that I know affects the biology of the people, eventually weakening the fiber of the country? Africa is sick, but yet they are pumping them up with vaccines, with all kinds of serums and proteins. They are selling Africa shiploads of chicken, shiploads of pork meat, and cancer is being found in Congo at age 8, something never before heard of. SEBI, I am not the most important person in the arrangement of the black world. I am the least of the important person in the black world. All I am is a servant, you know. So what does he want? How should we even position this individual that claimed that he could do all of this? I am a son of Africa. You cannot deny that of me. And am I not responsible responsible for contributing to the welfare of Africa? Not only of the black men in Africa, of the Caribbean and American, all over the world, and every race that exists. So, but self-preservation is the first law. So naturally, it is incumbent upon us to touch Mama, to heal Mama. Right now, she's sick. So, I went to South Africa under the leadership of the most humble and distinguished Sir, Mr. Nelson Mandela. Well, they looked at me like I was lesser than. After showing them documents, diagnostic sheets, HIV positive, HIV negative. I showed that to the Board of Health of South Africa. And AIDS is running rampant in South Africa. And you mean to tell me that the government of Mr. Nelson Mandela, that is so revered and all over the world as being a great liberator of peace, find it necessary to reject what Dr. SEBI had to say? Well, you could investigate it yourself. They kicked me out. Get out! Thanks. Me, I do stupid things. Oh yeah, many, many, many times. I do stupid things. I picked up my $35,000 and went to Zimbabwe under the leadership of Mr. Robert Mugabe. Hey fellas, look what I could do. And while I was there were children that were never supposed to walk was walking and playing ball. Women that had diabetes no longer had diabetes. Get out! Wow. Hey, what's going on with me? Something wrong with me. It's not Mugabe, it's not Zimbabwe. Something is wrong with me. They keep kicking me out. Then they kick me out of Dominica. They said, nigga, get out. Wow. So, you know, after they done that to you quite a few times, you begin to take inventory of yourself. Oh my God, what's wrong with SEBI? So today, Africa still is my responsibility because I know that the compounds that Europe is selling to Africa is not helping in any form, shape, or fashion because they are inorganic chemicals. And if there is a biochemist or a nutritionist that could prove to us that all these vaccines has a place in the African biology, please come forth and show us. Because 500 years prior into millions of years, we were not vaccinated then. Why now? Why now? Yes, I take the responsibility for reconstructing the genetical predisposition of Africa, or the genetical condition, not the predisposition, but the condition. Why? It has been what? Interfered with. Why not? I am the son of Africa. I have tried many times and they kicked me out. But President Kikwete, yes, I love you, my brother. You showed love for Dr. SEBI from Tanzania. And I will be coming to Tanzania soon, my president. because I would like to do something in East Africa. Africa is where you find some of the best herbs in the world. We could set up laboratories in Africa, processing plant, and supply ourselves with that, and we would be healthier people. Because in the short time that I was in Zimbabwe and in Wales, in Guinea, oh yes, I forgot, Guinea. Oh my God, last but not least, I can't forget you, Guinea. You treated me under the leadership of Lansana Conté like I love to be treated as a brother. It was Lansana Sako that took us there because he was sick. And you treated me royally. And I always remember you, Guinea. I remember going to Fulamori, and I promised that I would return to Fulamori and develop a healing center, because the terrible waters in Fulamori has minerals that has never been recorded. And I was so healthy when I was there. So yes, Guinea, Conakry, I want to be part of you also, because I am already your brother. So yes, Guinea and Tanzania, West Africa and East Africa showed love for Dr. SEBI. And it is my greatest desire, it would be the joy of my life to be given the privilege to exercise the African biomineral balance on the continent of Africa. Why? Because here we have shown, by using the African biomineral balance, to reverse AIDS and all the other diseases. Why? It is organic. It is electrical. It resonates with us. It is ours. It is from our culture. Africa, yes, I'm indebted to you. Yes, you are my mother, and I love you. Thank you very much.